Hello and welcome to another episode of Rico'S Rants. I'm your host, Rico DiGiorgio. Sorry about the not great lighting. It is 7 a.m. and I have not been sleeping well. And I've been on a crazy kick of watching a lot of... Hold on, let me fix this. It's hard to be in the angle I'm in right now, so... I was watching a lot of shows, sort of just going through a whole, 7 seasons of True Blood, in part to one of my more recent videos about Nelson Ellis dying. I am just, burning through all of them. So I haven't really been watching any movies that much, actually. With the exception of a couple, and I will try and do some. But for right now, I was losing my groove a little bit. I had a lot of shit going on, a lot of craziness that's happened the past week. And not to mention just watching True Blood and dealing with that. So, I did watch a movie that I'd already seen that I really enjoyed. And the movie is Cyrus. I'll see if I can... Luckily, I actually have the movie. I know it's backwards, but, it looks backwards in this angle. So, Cyrus. It's got Marissa Tomei, John C. Reilly, and Jonah Hill. Fuck, I really enjoyed this movie. In part because I'm a fan of John C. Reilly. I always get a lot of flack from other people about... I'm not a big fan of Will Ferrell. And it's not really like I just don't like his movies. I actually do like some of his movies. My whole problem with him is that Will Ferrell sort of does the same kind of I'm always yelling because I'm uncomfortable type of shtick that he does. Not a huge fan. I haven't really seen him do some... I mean, when he does his comedy, I'm not a fan. But when he does his drama, I actually do quite like it. Like, I thought Stranger Than Fiction was very good. So, I guess I like him as a dramatic actor. But the reason why I'm bringing up Will Ferrell is because John C. Reilly is sort of the other Will Ferrell. And I prefer him a whole lot more. Like, when I watch Step Brothers, I watch it because of John C. Reilly. Sure, the chemistry between him and Will Ferrell is amazing. But John C. Reilly is more multifaceted. He has more range. He's also a song and dance man, and he is funny, and he can do drama, and he's... This movie, Cyrus, is a great way of explaining that. So that's where the whole Will Ferrell thing sort of came from. Cyrus is John C. Reilly, and he is going through a slump. It is 6:30 in the morning and I haven't slept. In his love life, his ex-wife, who he still is friends with and is, I think, a coworker with, is getting married. And the first scene of the movie is of her going into his house, and she hears music, and he's jerking off. And he's got headphones on, he doesn't hear her. And she's like, dude, it's been fucking 8 years since we broke up. You gotta move on. This is not okay. You're coming to a party, you're gonna meet a woman, and you're gonna get laid. You're gonna find someone new, blah, blah, blah. Sorry, this angle is not working for me, so I'm gonna walk around. You're gonna have to just follow me, guys. Sorry. I mean, I could just make a new take, but whatever. I'm mostly doing these videos for me anyways. Alright. So, hey, that's a little bit better. Let's try that. Maybe if I just sit down. There we go. That's better. So, he goes to the party after, and he does the classic thing, there is no way I'm going to this party at all. And then, of course, the next shot is him at the party, and he's sitting there looking miserable, just sort of keeping to himself. And I gotta admit, I can relate to that. As loud and friendly and charming as I can be, whenever I'm at a party, I always kind of stick to myself, or I'm with one of my close friends. I can be quite shy, and also if I don't know anybody, I'm just like, I don't know what to say. But once I start talking, I'll shut the fuck up. So I can relate to that. And so he's sort of keeping to himself, and he meets a woman who, at first, they're both kind of attracted to each other. And, he says, are you having, and he starts drinking, and he's like, are you having a good time? And she's like, not really, are you? And he's like, can I be honest? No, I'm not having a good time at all. In fact, I'm in a big, deep depression in my life, and I shouldn't be, because I'm a happy guy. I'm a good guy. I don't understand what is happening with me. I'm not normally sad or depressed, but I'm just looking for someone to have a connection with. And he pours his heart out to this one person, and she's clearly uncomfortable. She's like, okay, I'm going to go. And she just takes off. And he said, okay, let's not do that again. And then he gets more drunk, goes outside pee. And as he's pissing in a bush, Marissa Tomei, the beautiful, wonderful, our current Aunt May, Marissa Tomei, sort of catches him, and she says, nice penis. And, they're both attracted to each other, but the funny thing is Marissa Tomei is so beautiful, and John C. Reilly, for his charm, is not conventionally good looking. But she had overheard what he had said to the other woman, and is completely charmed by his honesty and his rawness and just his humanity and how he wants to be a better person and how he's sort of stuck in this rut. So they have this attraction, and in the middle of talking, all of a sudden, inside the house, there's a song that he's like, oh my god, I love this song, this is the greatest song. And it's, don't you want me, baby? And he runs into the house, and all of a sudden his shyness and all his, because just meeting Molly, Marissa Tomei, he gets a spark of life. And he starts dancing and singing, and he's drunk, and he is trying to rile the crowd up. Come on, let's go, sing, everybody. And everyone's kind of like, look at this fucking idiot. And she sees that he is slowly becoming aware that he's the only one singing, and he starts getting embarrassed, and he looks humiliated. So she jumps on into the living room and starts singing. Everyone starts joining them. Everyone starts singing. Everyone starts dancing. It's a great time. They have a wonderful night. They sleep together at his house. And in the middle of the night, after they're done, she says, I gotta go home, and she leaves. Leaves her number and everything. And she does that a couple times, and he's so smitten with her that he eventually, after another night of her leaving, after spending the night, and they're getting closer and closer, he follows her home. Creepy kind of fucking thing that he does. And even everyone kind of acknowledges, like, yeah, you did kind of fucking stalk me. He's like, I did. But when he goes to her house, and he falls asleep in the car, and then he sort of goes up to her house, and he meets Cyrus. Earlier, because I am actually tired, I fucked up. Cyrus is not John C. Reilly. I meant to fix a mistake, but I just kept going. Cyrus is played by Jonah Hill. Jonah Hill, Cyrus, is Molly's 23-year-old son. And he sees John, I guess that's his name, is John, plays John C. Reilly. Whatever. He sees John C. Reilly, he's like, hi, who are you? And he's like, I'm a friend of Molly's. Does Molly live around here? He's like, yeah, she's my mom. You want to come inside? You want breakfast? Brings him in, and they sort of just talk, and they're very... Jonah Hill, Cyrus, is very mature, and he's very friendly, and he's very just like, I'm glad you guys are getting along. And then Molly comes in sees John C. Reilly and freaks out and looks at Cyrus like in absolute terror. And she was just like, she didn't tell John that she has a son. So just that little glimmer, we're like, she's fucking terrified. Why is she terrified? And Jonah Hill, Cyrus just laughs it off. He's like, what, you guys are adults. Like, everything's fine. Like, what do you, you're a grown woman. I'm 23. Who cares? It's your life. Have fun. It's not like you guys are sleeping together, right? And John C. Reilly just kind of like, well, you're an adult. We're all adults here. You want to be told the truth. You deserve to be told the truth. We are sleeping together. And I do care about your mom a lot. And you see this smile go from Cyrus. And then you realize, okay, there's something just not right about this. Now, let me be clear. This would make a perfect horror film, but it's not a horror film. It's very much an independent dramedy. It's a situational black comedy with a lot of dark humor in the sense that, your mom is dating a new guy and you have such a close relationship with your mom. And you have to be nice. You have to be charming. You don't want to be, you're not my real father. Get out of my life. You don't want to be that dipshit. So you mask it with, okay, nice to meet you. Yeah, I'm an adult. And then as soon as he has this whole facade, and he starts fucking with him. Like, their first night that he actually spends the night there, at Molly and Cyrus's house. The next morning, John notices that his shoes are missing. Like, literally just gone. I left my shoes here, they're gone. Where the fuck are they? He looks over the house, and they all kind of shrug their shoulders like, Cyrus, did you see my shoes? Huh? No, that's weird, and looks away. So, it kind of fucks with him the entire time. He's like, for weeks, he's like, I don't know where my shoes went. This is really fucking weird. And then, of course, Cyrus starts having panic attacks and night terrors. Seemingly to fuck with every single time Molly and John are going to be intimate and go to bed together. All of a sudden they're interrupted. And then Molly and Cyrus have such a close relationship. Weirdly enough, to the point where it's like they spend way too much time together. Like, I'm all for having great relationships with your parents and whatnot, but it's at the point where it's like every morning they go and take weird nature photos at the same park every single morning. And I mean, it's just it's an unsettling relationship, and John's kind of just a third wheel. And then Cyrus keeps fucking with him a little bit more. One night, there's this great scene where after Cyrus has a panic attack or a night terror, he goes out to the kitchen and he sees Cyrus in the hallway kitchen, sort of silhouette. He's like, "Hey, John, come here." And the camera pans to him, and he's in just a big t-shirt, no pants. You just see, and Jonah Hill's a big guy, so it looks like it's alluding that he just has like no underwear on or very small underwear, and he's holding a kitchen knife. He's like, "Come here." And then we're thinking like, this is gonna go south. He's like, "You want some food? I'm making some food." He like makes a sandwich, and it's a creepy, unsettling thing. So flash forward, and I mean this is mild spoilers, but I mean even if I spoil the whole thing, it's still an entertaining film to watch. It's quirky enough, it's funny enough, it's unsettling enough where you can really enjoy it. John finds the shoes. And then, after a bunch of random shit that I won't talk about, he pulls his shoes out, shows them to Cyrus, and he says, "You want to explain this? I found your shoes. I found my shoes that you clearly had hidden." Because he does eventually find the shoes. They were hidden in a closet, in Cyrus's closet. And all of a sudden that facade drops. And Cyrus just leans close and says, "What the fuck are you doing here with my mom?" And all that pretentious bullshit's just dropped. All that charm, all that maturity is just out the fucking window. And now these two guys are just fighting over Marissa Tomei's affections. And it's a torn situation because naturally you would assume the mother would stick with her son, the one that she's been the closest with the entire time. But here's this good guy who has proof, like, I found my shoes, your son is fucking with me. It's just a crazy, interesting movie. And when I first watched it, I thought it was gonna be a weird situational comedy, like it was gonna be more of these, like, kind of like the first half of Step Brothers, where these two guys are just fucking with each other, like, you know, the whole punch each other, arguing, and then all of a sudden, like, you know, arm in arm, like, hey, how are you? I thought it was gonna be like a whole movie of that. It's really more of just like, this movie could be terrifying if it was just tweaked a slightly different way. Not gonna lie, Jonah Hill is actually kind of scary. Like, he's another actor that, like, he has some range. He's been working with some amazing filmmakers, Scorsese, and he's you know, he's actually very funny. He's a very, very funny comedic actor. He's kind of got a douchey, pretentious feel about him that is universal in all of his movies. He always kind of has this arrogance, like, yeah, well, I'm better than you, kind of whole thing. He's that kind of he's the bully who was bullied. Is how I interpret his way of acting, his characters out. Like, I may be fat, but I'm smarter than you, so fuck you. Well, Jesus, Jonah, chill. But ultimately, the movie is charming in its own way as well. Marissa Tomei is... I will always love Marissa Tomei. John C. Reilly, I've always been a fan of. He'll always be great. Jonah Hill's great. Catherine Keener's in it. She's a great supporting actress, and she plays John's ex-wife. So, is it a perfect film? No, it's very, very small. It's sort of a quirky indie film. And would I see it again? Yeah, but I mean, I've seen it twice. I don't need to see it again immediately. I'll see it again maybe 5 years down the road. One of those nights you're like, you know, do I really want to see the Avengers again? No, I'll try Cyrus one more time. Give it that a shot. It's cute. It's also unsettling. It's 3 stars. That's what I'd give it. If you have a chance to go see it, go see it. So, in part, I did this video as an update for you guys. I haven't done anything in a while. A lot of crazy shit's happening. Stuff I can't get into. But I'm here. I will try and keep doing more videos. It's just taking a while. I need to be inspired. I sort of have been distracted by a lot of shit, so my inspiration and my spark has sort of just dropped a little bit. Not saying I'm going to give up the videos. I'm just taking a breather, taking a break. I'm just very tired. So I'm going to end the video trying to go to sleep. And the sun's already out, but I need a nap. You know, I've been driving my friend around, helping him out. He's going in and out of the hospital, but I'm helping him out. He's not serious. It's just shit has been happening. And I'm doing what I can. Alright, guys. Love you all to death. Ciao.